Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a little different. I decided to take a break from the recent format and I think I'll just do a little walk around on the things I've done to my bike. Now, I've only made a few mods to the bike so far and they're fairly subtle and they're mostly ergonomics too. There's not really a whole lot I feel I need to do to the bike. Alright, well here she is, just sitting in storage. I guess you could go with the obvious first. These nice Rigs saddlebags. Just put them on yesterday. Haven't even taken the tags off yet. But yeah, my cousin has some, and they've always served them pretty well. And yeah, they're fairly cheap. They were like 115, somewhere in there. And yeah, pretty tough, easy to put on. Yeah, that's about all I need for storage. I'm not some ADV wannabe putting big pans on it or anything. And then let's see, what I wanted to start with really were the pegs. So I got these. They're KTM rally pegs, and they're maybe 160 bucks about, but they are so much wider than the standards. Let me grab the standards real quick just for comparison. That is huge. These things are way better. They're like platforms under my feet because I got big feet, size 15s, sometimes in wide as well. And these, I always felt I was sort of rolling off of them. These are nice platforms. And like the other side, you got the cover sticks out so much that like having shorter pegs really limits your space there. I had considered lowered pegs, but I thought they were going to be a little too expensive, and I guess not. Like Bosley pegs, I heard or saw that run about the same price, if only I hadn't gone out and bought these already, but they'd lower these about an inch or up to an inch. And there's another manufacturer that's about the same, but that would make a big difference. I'm 6'6", so standing up on this, I always want risers, and lowered pegs would actually help offset the bar height as well. Because as for risers, I did buy 2-inch rocks, and they didn't work. So, I mean, I got it on, I got it up. When I tested, side to side, full turn, going to the right, it would pull too much on the hydraulic clutch cable. Yeah, so that was no good. But now I have 1 3/4 risers instead of 2-inch. Those should be enough, especially if I wind up getting lowered pegs. And like 1/4 inch, I don't think makes too big a difference for my long arms, but it'll make all the difference for the cable. And while I'm up here by the bars, point out that I swapped the grips out for these nice ODI Rogue MX grips. Like, I saw them and it just looks so comfy. They look like old school, like 3-wheeler, whatever kind of grips from the 90s or something. And they're very, very soft with these pillows. Helps dampen vibration, which isn't that big of a deal on this bike, really. But the only thing I wish is that they would come with open ends for this model, just so I wouldn't have to cut this myself. But yeah, the standard ones, those are pretty lame. Just some hard half waffle thin grips. Didn't like them, and didn't like them on my 450L either, so I had these on the 450 as well. So that's why I know I like them. I guess since I'm right here, the hand guards, those came with the bike. I'm pretty sure they're KTM ones, just polymer though. And I'm just gonna chance it, stick with them for a bit. I don't plan on running into anything too rough, but that never seems to work out anyways. It's always by chance you smash these on something good. Since I'm going to Utah, I'll probably be on some rocks. And speaking of things that came with the bike, this nice Prun, however you pronounce it. It's a nice rack on the back. just mounts to the subframe by the handlebar mounts, and then it has these spacers here that just keep it from going like up and down so much. And yeah, so that was pretty nice. That's something I would have wanted to buy in the first place. You put this deck tape on here. Hopefully that doesn't mess up when I put the Rotopax mount on there. It's probably no big deal. I could scrape that off. But yeah, so that saved me like 160 bucks, I think. And now right below that, you'll see the wings exhaust. Some of you might have seen it already in my sound comparison video with the stock. Yeah, I just got this because it's one of the cheapest slip-ons you can get. I think it's pretty nice. Carbon fiber tip, stainless. I think it's stainless, right? I can edit that in later. Comes with a dB killer, which this is the loud one, so it doesn't really kill much. And there's a soft one that'll probably put in, or the quiet one that'll put in, so it's not so obnoxious all the time. And I really don't find it to be that bad. The Yoshimura I had on the 450, that was super loud. That was a straight through and just the spark arrestor in it. No like dB killer thing in the end. So yeah, this is actually quite nice compared to that already. Oh, and this was like 460 bucks for that. And then I also bought a carbon heat shield just for by my heel boot there. I could have gotten one for that section, and I kind of want to get it anyways. When I stand, my boot starts rubbing on here, and that's not really good. So maybe I'll look into that. Yeah, I guess the thing with wings, the other thing with wings is apparently, the story I heard anyways, was the guy who came up with this company used to work for Akrapovich, and he thought he'll just make a cheaper or affordable alternative. And so he did. Yeah, the Akrapovich might be nicer, but not $600 nicer. Their slip-on is 1,100 bucks. No thank you. And I can't put a Yoshimura on it because, well, it's a European bike. That'd just be weird and wrong. Don't like Aero. I'm not a Kyle, so I wasn't going to put an FMF on there. And yeah, they also just have the colors because they make them for KTM and Husky, and the Husky will have different colors, or matching colors for them, yellow and blue, I think. And yeah, that's pretty good quality. Now, something to note about these bikes and their exhaust, they run really hot. The reason they run these so hot is so the catalytic converter can do its job. And that was found in the stock exhaust. Well, since that's not here, we don't have a converter, why do we gotta run it so hot? So, found a simple solution for that, and that's replacing the fan thermostat switch. Ow. Yeah, that's right here. All you do is unscrew this, screw the new one on, put the plug in, you're good to go. And all that really does is kick the fans on sooner. So yeah, from the factory, the fans don't kick on until 105 degrees Celsius or 220, 221 Fahrenheit if you're like me. And that's just way too hot. That's almost at the limit of what this thing is supposed to run at anyways. So the one I got was from Rally Raid. It was like 70 bucks. And when I got it, turns out it's a Suzuki genuine part. It's for a four-wheeler. Yeah. If I had known that, if it was such a universal part, I could have gotten one a lot cheaper. I mean, I even read about a guy put one in from a Geo Metro. But yeah, all they do is change when the fans kick in, like at what temperature. So stock is 105 Celsius, and the new one that I got, 88 degrees Celsius or 190 Fahrenheit. So I think that's a pretty decent place to come on. So it'll happen when you're going low speed, low airflow, but it won't be kicking on all the time to become obnoxious. At least that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, so the correct thing to do would get a power commander with a map for the kind of riding you want to do, whatever, but that's kind of expensive. That's gonna be at least $450, I'd say. So $70 or like 15, whatever you can get one of these switches at, that's a pretty good deal. It's just not the end all beat all of fueling or heat issues for the bike. Oh yeah, and one more thing, factory skid plate yet, which is pretty thin. I didn't measure that thickness. It can be much more than 2.5 mils. So I got AXPs coming. I think that's what it is. Still polymer, but 8 mils thick. I think it gets a little wider because right here it doesn't really cover so well. Then again, it can't too much, otherwise it gets in the way. But yeah, so that should be nice. Good enough for what I'm doing. It'll cover the master cylinder for the brake, rear brake. And yeah, so that's about it. That's all I got on it for now. And I guess for the future, well, yeah, I'm going to put those risers on. And I'll live with these pegs for now because they're still pretty nice. Standing will be a little less comfortable. I mean, the 1 3/4 risers those will help, but yeah, we'll see how these do. And if I feel I need lowered pegs, then I'll probably go get some. But yeah, as for now, this is going to be close to the setup I have for Moab in March. Gonna trailer the bikes out there, set up a big tent and camp, and overall just have a good time. Oh yeah, tires. Forgot about these TKC 80s. Not the best for like real off-roading. I'll probably get some Motos or Moto Z, Moto Z, Motos. I still do not have confirmation on how to say that. But that's all I got for now. So thanks for watching. And I hate to do this to you. Please subscribe. That's all I'm asking. You don't even have to like or comment. Just subscribe.
I'm not gonna beg you. My track record speaks for itself. I'm confident you'll make the right decision. Can we stop this cruel game and allow the boy to keep one shred of dignity? For God's sakes! I can't stand to see him in all this pain! You vicious bastards!